Welcome back to the Crack Mug. Good to have you here. I literally just finished a video on chicken cacciatore, which is absolutely wonderful. You should try it. But as I was eating that with rice, I was thinking, I'd like a crusty bread to stick into this. So let's make a no-knead, not sourdough, crusty loaf. We're going to make it in a Dutch oven. It's really simple. A little prep work the night before. Get it all going. Simple, simple, simple. 4 ingredients in a bowl. We let it sit there overnight, 12 hours, 16 hours, 18, doesn't matter. The longer you let it sit, actually, the yeast will develop flavor more, which is something to note. But you can do it in as soon as 8 hours. It's perfectly fine. Then tomorrow, you'll see what we do. We dump it out. We shape it into a ball, little flour, little cornmeal if you want to do that. Float your boat. And then we're going to toss it into this preheated Dutch oven. Stick it back in the oven. I'd say 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, you're going to have this wonderful crusty loaf. Sound good? Okay, come on. Let's get in that kitchen and make no-knead bread. Really simple. Here I have just 3 1/4 cups of bread flour if you have it. If you don't, plain flour is fine too. 1/4 teaspoon of instant yeast. That's 1 gram. 9 grams, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. Mix that with a fork just to combine it. Here I have 1 1/2 cups. That's 350 grams or milliliters of room temperature water. That's all, just room temperature. We're going to dump it all in at once. I'm going to use a fork to get all this combined into a sticky mess. Just keep stirring, bringing the dry flour in from the outside. Keep stirring. Look at that. So that is very sticky. I don't need to pick it up at this stage. I can just let it sit there and do its business overnight. But I do want to sort of clean down the edge of my bowl. There is no need to grease your bowl at this point. Looking good. Nothing more to do here, but cover this with cling wrap. And we're going to leave this out on the counter overnight. I might throw a clean dish towel over it so I'm not staring at it all evening. And I'll come back tomorrow. All right, this puppy has been sitting on the counter for now 18 hours. And it is beautiful. It has bubbled up. So we're just going to flour our work surface and we're going to scoop out our dough. It will be quite sticky. Beautiful, sticky dough. We're going in. Now I promise there's no kneading. Sprinkle some flour over the top. We're just going to shape it into a rough rectangle. Here goes. The flour on your surface will help you move it around like that. And it feels so soft and tender. It is lovely. We're not going to beat it up or anything like that. We're simply going to fold it into thirds twice. So I'll take one side, bring it down to the center, like so. And the bottom, bring it over the top, like so. A little bit more flour on top of it. Just going to rotate it. And now I'm going to fold it same way in the opposite direction. So this side in. It's like folding a letter going into an envelope. Just going to roll it to put the seam side down. I'm going to put the plastic wrap on top of this. I'm going to let this rest here after its traumatic experience for 10 or 15 minutes. Then we'll be right back. How simple was that? Okay, it's rested. And it's beginning to swell again. the yeast is doing its job. Right now, we're just going to shape it into a ball. Floured hands, we're just going to turn it like so. I'm scooping my hands as if the ball already exists under it. So I'm basically bringing it down the sides and turning it into a ball. Look. Now, this is going to have to relax for about 2 hours for its second rising. Here you have a choice. Typically, you take a clean tea towel, sprinkle a lot of flour on it, place the dough on it, and cover it with another clean cloth. Perfectly fine. Since today we're going to be working with a preheated Dutch oven, I hate burns, we'll do it slightly differently. I am going to use parchment paper. This is just a strip of parchment paper. It is doubled. I measured putting it into my Dutch oven, and it comes up just the sides up to the very rim, because we will be putting the lid on it. I don't want it overhanging either, because I don't want it to burn. More flour. You're going to feel like a baker when you've done this. Another little shaping. There we go. And I'm going to plonk it right onto the parchment paper. This is going to make it so easy to get into the Dutch oven. Coating of flour on top. Rub that in. It's nice and gentle. Okay, nice amount of flour on that. We can just put the towel over it to let it rest. I'm just going to put a little, with a sharp knife or a blade, I'm going to cut it. So that's 3. Nothing else to do here. Cover it with a cloth. And we will come back in 2 hours. About 20 minutes before you're ready to bake, put your Dutch oven, lid and all, into your oven and preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. I believe that is 232 degrees Celsius. All right, we're back. It has been 2 hours. It has risen a little, and you see the splits have just widened out. Now it's time to get our super hot Dutch oven out of the oven. Be careful. Okay, mind yourself. Whoa, the smoke out of that. Just going to raise our dough, paper and all, and drop it straight in there. Put the lid back on, pop this in the oven. We're going to check it in 30 minutes and take the lid off. Be right back. Whew, that's hot. All right, 30 minutes are up. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that beauty. Looks great, beautifully risen. That's going back in the oven for 15 to 30 minutes until it's golden brown. And that was back into the oven uncovered. That was 15 minutes. Look at that beauty. Oh, look at the color on that. Okay, I'm not putting it back in. That is, oh, what a crust. That is perfect. We're going to get that out and put it on the rack to cool. Wow. I still touched it. I knew I would do it. No way. Wow. The worst part is it has to cool some before we cut it. Oh my God. Was that worth the wait? Yes. I mean, look at that. Nice, right? It's beautiful. My kitchen smells amazing. It smells like a bakery, to be honest. Okay, I should wait a little bit longer to cut this, but I can't. So it's been like 15 minutes. That's it. Let's cut it. Wow. Look at that texture. This is a beautiful loaf of bread. Absolutely simple to make. Started the night before. 10 minutes. You can throw that together. Next day, toss it on the counter. Sprinkle a little flour, shape it, leave it alone for 2 hours, and then just bung it in the oven. And you will have a beautiful loaf of bread. And it's a beautiful white, airy bread. It is not sourdough, which I've had enough of. And it so happens I have a little butter here. Don't know where that came from. And also, this would be wonderful for a sandwich. It'll be wonderful with my chicken cacciatore, which I made earlier. Also amazing for soups. Whatever you want to use it for. Let's give it a try. The crust is crispy, crunchy, and chewy. It's absolutely magnificent. So you should really make this. You'll love it. It's simple. Go on, give it a try. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear. And, well, that's it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Please. It means the world to me. And, well, until next time, mind yourself. Bye.